Right, just starting it live. Let's see who's going to join us. I've just started live. How's it going? Laurie Haynes Medium requested to be in my live. I've just started. Not taking anyone in the live, but thank you very much for the request. Philip Clift, how's it going? The Esoteric Triple A. John J-Lo, Louise Mendoza, Vida Gray, Salam Boy, Steph Carr, how's it going? Yes, Esoteric Triple A, good day. Connection, hi. You can't hear me? You can hear the music, right? Hey Pete Carl, how's it going? Fellow living, I'm good, man. Thank you very much. Do you define you as a clear cognizant? I don't define myself really in any way. I let life define me. Bon Martin. Earth to Rose, how's it going? Thank you very much for joining in. All good, John J-Lo? A concentrate. Nuclear Me, love from Istanbul. Thank you very much for joining in from Istanbul. Right, okay, I just started, so I always have a bit of music on if anyone's new to me. Everything is rhythm and vibration, man. You playing with frequencies? Everything is an energetic frequency, I'm Mohammed. I mean, we are energetic frequencies too. Every human being, everything in existence is an energetic frequency manifested. Yeah, it's always with the jams. May I ask about your efforts today? What purposes they held? Good question. Well, my purpose typically is to help people, assist people on their journeys as a coach, as a mentor. So on the Mind and Matter and my other business, which I've been doing since 2005. So I life coach financial traders as well. So that's what I've been doing for since 2005. So 18 years. That's what I do on a daily basis. I'm a coach, I'm a mentor. So my purpose is to assist others along their journeys. I'm a coach, I'm a therapist, certified therapist, but also, you know, with the Mind and Matter, Qigong stuff. You know, Qigong is a lifestyle, so without a doubt, I mean, it brings everything together. So, you know, the therapy side of things is important, but the Qigong lifestyle is very, very important. So today's topic is Yi and Qi, which I'll be speaking about. Tell me about myself. That's what I do here, my friend. What do you plan to do with the knowledge you have? I plan to share my knowledge and wisdom, as I already do, That's what I do for a living. That's what I do. You obviously don't know me. That's what I do, my friend. Esoteric 888. Good, good, good. Hey, yo, natural. I'm a writer. I can write what you teach me, and we can publish it for the benefit of the youth. Well, you can write what... Learn from my page, man. Go ahead, write. I've got my own book as well. Live the Dream. I'm an author too. Live the Dream, A Guide to Enlightenment and Freedom from the Matrix. I wrote that in 2021. Can't find a good teacher in Istanbul for Qigong. Oh, happy solstice. Or natural. Well, I'm one. That's why I do it online now. I used to do local classes before the pandemic, but now I do classes online. So if you want to learn Qigong, come to the classes starting in April. You can join in for a free 1 week trial. So you got a private community there. The private community is like Facebook, but everyone can post and share videos, and there's be challenges. So go and check it out. The link is in my bio. Have a look at the page. You see what's included. Put your name on the guest list, put your name and email address in, and you'll get the information how to join in. That's why I do this online, because most of my followers, well, like over 100,000 followers on Facebook, like 73,000 here on Instagram. The majority are not in this country, so this is why I'm doing it online via Zoom, my classes. Yes, absolutely. The wisdom does come from God. I don't pretend to know anything myself, because I channel the divine intelligence. How do you overcome depression? First thing to do, I was in depths of depression, and I've been suicidal, so I know how deep depression can be. Most important thing is get moving. I've got an actual strategy for dealing with depression, and it's called Mx6. Mx6, and that is basically 6 M's. 6 M's. And the first one is morning. Make sure you get your fucking ass up. Doesn't matter how hard it is. Get somebody else to get you up if you have to. Because one of the worst things that someone can do when they're depressed, and this actually makes it worse, and it's actually the thing they want to do, is sleep more and not get up early in the morning. Because when you're depressed, you lose that sense of purpose for living, right? Now, my brother died from depression. I put a reel up not long ago. He died from depression and drinking too much alcohol. So I know how bad depression can get. But the most important thing is that you don't stay in your mind. Don't stay here. This is why, like, normal meditation, just relaxing and just going deep within, may not be the best thing for someone in depression. Probably the worst thing for you. This is why I practice Qigong, because Qigong basically saved me. So most important thing, get up early. So 6 M's. Morning, motivation. Listen to something motivational, inspirational first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up. So morning, motivation. Movement, okay, get moving, go for a walk. Okay, it's the best thing you can do. If you're depressed, go for a walk. Take all your pain, everything that you're suffering with, take it for a walk. Just you and your thoughts and your emotions. Go for a walk, walk it out. Right? So morning, motivation, movement. Okay, music. Music will heal your soul. Okay, so if you feel shit, listen to something that makes you feel good. Stop listening to your thoughts, because you hear your thoughts. And if your thoughts are not good, if you're depressed, your thoughts are not going to be good. Okay, so you don't want to listen to that radio station. Change the radio station. So start listening to something else. Listen to music. Gives you something else to focus on. Okay, music that sounds good, ideally. So I call it, music that makes you vibe high. Music that makes you want to dance. Have a dance. Okay? So music for me and moving, that's what healed me. Music and moving more than anything else. But getting motivated, being inspired, they're very, very important. That's why I do a lot of motivational stuff on my lives and stuff. inspiration, my reels and stuff. I try to provide motivation and inspiration to humanity and everybody out there, because you need inspiration, you need motivation, you need some drive. Okay, so depression isn't easy to get out of, but you need to start somewhere, and it's got to be simple. So okay, so morning motivation, movement, music, meditation. Okay, but do meditation after you've been moving, because your chi will be flowing. So your chi energy gets flowing through just having a walk. Don't run, walk. Okay, it's better for your chi flow, because you'll be using your chi energy, your life force energy, if you overexert yourself. So yes, it's okay to do like high intensity exercise. I still go to the gym and work out and do workouts. I still do like high energy qigong sessions. I do slower qigong sessions, slower moving qigong sessions. But most important thing is that you're moving, getting yourself out of your head. So that's what Yi and Qi does. Okay, Yi is consciousness. That's the subject today. Okay, I'm just trying to find a different. So Yi is consciousness, right, in Qigong. So I'm a Qigong master. I've been doing Qigong for over 30 years. Okay, I started in Kung Fu, as many of you guys know, internal martial arts and external martial arts. There's internal martial arts, which is balancing the mind, body, spirit. Okay, 6 M's, I nearly forgot. So morning, okay, motivation, movement, music, meditation, and mindset is the last one. Mindset, work on your mindset. Okay, all is mind, everything is in your mind, okay? But develop yourself, like you need to be growing mentally, meaning learning new skills, learning new stuff that gives you something to look forward to. So if you're developing yourself, that's gonna inspire you too. So read some books, watch some videos, come on Instagram lives, you know, go through the stuff on my pages, other people's pages, but be inspired, get motivated by working on your mindset. So again, the 6 M's for getting out of depression. This is my strategy. Morning, start getting up earlier. If you need help, because that can be hard for someone that's depressed initially, get help, get someone, your wife, your partner, someone. Okay, ideally to help you get up and get your fucking ass up, because a depressed person doesn't want to get out of bed. Okay, so you need to get up. The worst thing you can do is sit there and wallow in your own self-pity. That's the worst thing someone that's depressed can do, because your depression will just compound. So you have to get out of your mind. Get into your body, get your body moving. Okay, go for a walk. Okay, if you want to meditate, do dynamic meditation. I teach dynamic meditation. Witness and observe the peace, the beauty, the serenity in nature. If you can't find it in here, it's always there in nature. Watch nature. Connect with nature. So that's the exact strategy that I use to get out of depression. And I teach many, many people around the world. And it's saved people. It's saved people from depression. Now, depression, I actually have the label depressive disorder. So I've been labeled depressive. Okay? Diagnosed as depressive. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. I've been suicidal before. Meaning I wanted to kill myself. Okay, my brother basically killed himself, but through alcohol. So, you know, if you're taking drugs and alcohol, I mean, you got to stop that shit. Okay, because you're basically killing yourself. So you are killing yourself if you're wallowing in your self-pity and drinking it away through booze and alcohol, or taking drugs, because you're just suppressing the emotions. They're going to still be there. Okay, so you're only going to just kill yourself slowly. Okay, but my brother basically wasn't really an alcoholic, but he drank hard for 1 month, almost every day. He died within a month of drinking every day for 1 month. So your liver can fail very, very quickly if you go heavy on it. So avoid alcohol and drugs, definitely. So Yi and Qi, that's what I want to talk about today. So Yi is consciousness, okay? Your consciousness will be, for most people, their consciousness is stuck here in their head. Your consciousness is stuck here. Now you can shift your consciousness very easy. Like if I wiggle my fingers, my conscious attention is here now. It's no longer here. Just by wiggling my fingers, my conscious attention has moved from my head to here. By putting my hand here, I can become conscious of where my hand is now. Okay, if I breathe into that area, through the mouth or the nose, I can become conscious of the breath and this area right here. So in Qigong, what we do, we connect Yi and Qi. Yi is consciousness, Qi is life force energy, vital life force energy. Now you have Qi, internal Qi, prenatal Qi, which you're born with, okay? And you have external Qi. External Qi is like from breath, from food, from the sun. So these are energy sources, external energy sources. But you also have internal energy. That's why you can wake up in the morning and have some life in you and have some energy. Okay, so you have internal Qi. That's prenatal Qi. You're born with prenatal Qi because that's what gave you life in the beginning. So your prenatal Qi comes from your parents. Your mother feeds you prenatal Qi for your umbilical cord, right? That's attached to your navel. That's why the most important energy center in Qigong is this one, because that's your prenatal Qi. That's where your life force sits, in your navel. Okay, so 2 finger widths below your belly button, your navel. Okay, and about 2 finger widths in. Okay, some people say 2 finger widths, 2.5 finger widths, 3 finger widths in. Don't get hooked up on that. As long as you're focusing on this area around your navel, you're focusing on the right area. Okay, so that's your storage center. Okay, so there's 3 dantian, 3 energy centers in Qigong. The lower one, the lower dantian. The middle dantian, your heart area. So this is the one that stores all your emotions and your feelings. And the upper dantian, this is the one that stores all your thoughts, your imagination, all your ideas. What you need to do is get all the energy from this energy center and this energy center and focus on bringing it down into the navel. So your Jing, your essence, Jing in Qigong, essence, that's your soul, that's who you are at your core, your essence. That's it here, right? So you, just by focusing on, you know, I do a technique, I've done it sometimes on this live before, okay? Just focus on blowing all the energy from your upper energy center and your middle energy center into this energy center. So you can just do that like this, okay? You can exhale through your nostrils. Or you can breathe out through your mouth. Now, if it's usually the energy of these centers is usually quite heavy. So I find it much more powerful if I use my mouth and I actually blow the energy down. So I focus on visualizing the energy, all the energy, because your thoughts and your imagination, the ideas is a byproduct of the energy that's there. Don't get caught up with the thoughts. Don't get caught up with what's being imagined, what's being thought. It doesn't matter because it's just energy. Everything is just energy. Even the hair, you don't have to label the feelings. You don't even have to understand them. You just need to feel them. That's a beautiful thing about Qigong. You're working with source. You're working with life force energy. You don't need to understand your emotions. You don't need to understand your thoughts. You can let the life force energy do the work. That's why it's so powerful. So Yi is your Qi, your consciousness. Yi is consciousness. So we have to use Yi, consciousness, to direct the energy. So Qigong is all about mastering Yi and Qi. Most people don't even understand Qigong and Qi, let alone Yi and Qi, okay? So this is why I do what I do, okay? Because Qigong by far it's a lifestyle, okay? You got to be, there's 3 corrections, right? Body corrections, mind corrections, and breath corrections. So firstly, you've got to start breathing properly. This is what I train people how to do, like belly breathe. Make sure you're breathing properly, because a lot of people, when they're living in this life, they start breathing incorrectly. They start chest breathing, so they're only filling their upper half of their chest with oxygen. Okay, you need to belly breathe. So when I breathe in, my hand will come out. So what that does, it lifts the diaphragm and it fills the whole of your lungs with the life force energy, the Qi. So first you have to correct your breathing and make sure, this is why when I do breath work, we don't ever hold the breath unless we're doing a technique where the breath retention is involved, like the 4-step Kambo breath work breathing technique. But we do that for a specific reason. That is to bring up the cerebral spinal fluid up here and activate the pineal gland. So there's a specific reason why we do that. But when we are practicing inhale, exhale, okay, we don't hold the breath, okay? So we don't do inhale and then hold the breath and then exhale, okay? There's a lot of really bad breathwork practitioners out there. And I say bad because you're reinforcing a bad habit. Because if you do a breathwork, for example, there's breathworks out there where they say breathe in for 3 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, then breathe out for like 8 seconds, or breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, that kind of shit, right? What you're training yourself to do is breathe incorrectly. So you should never do that kind of breath work. Because breath should always be a full inhale in and a full exhale out. Soon as you've inhaled fully, you have to go straight to the exhale. Okay, so this is why the way we correct the breath with the Kamo breath work, okay, KAMOTiON QiGong breath work is called Kamo breath work. So the KAMOTiON QiGong breath work, the way we do it, okay, we focus on the full exhalation out. So the inhalation happens automatically. Okay, so if I focus on the full exhalation out, there's no breath hold because I'm focusing on the full exhalation out and the inhale happens automatically. So you're correcting your breath with that kind of technique. Okay, so a full inhalation in, it can be through the nostrils. I'm focusing on the full inhalation in. The exhale happens automatically. I don't focus on the exhale. Okay, so that's the correct way to do the breath work. So you correct your breathing, because you don't want to get into a habit where you are going about your day and you're sitting there holding your breath like that, because you're going to get anxious. That's where the anxiety is going to come from. That's where all the negative emotions are going to get built up. Your negative emotions will get built up purely from breathing incorrectly. So Qigong, the first thing you've got to do is correct your breathing, okay? And your body, okay? Your body postures. Always shoulders down, not like this, not like this, okay? Shoulders down, elbows back, okay? Qigong posture is very important. But Qigong involves walking, okay? Walking, just walk. Walk, gets your qi flowing. Go for a walk because you're moving your limbs. Human beings are meant to move. Movement is medicine, okay? In this day and age, people are sedentary. That's why they're fucking depressed. They're not moving enough. Okay, and what happens is people that get depressed reinforce that more because they don't want to move. They don't want to do anything. So they reinforce the depression. So this is why I said at the beginning, the most important thing is that you get moving. Doesn't matter how hard it is, you get moving. And you're going to start feeling the benefits soon as you get moving. Soon as you get moving, you're going to feel the benefits right away. So you're going to want to do it more because you're going to realize, okay, I can feel shit, or I can feel like that. That's what happened for me. So the best thing to do, get up in the morning early and go for a walk. Just you, your thoughts and your feelings, and walk with them. Walk with them. Don't sit with them. This is where we got into this really bad habit, because people are practicing the ways of the yogis from ancient times who live in the jungle or live in the mountains, right? The monks that live in the mountains. We don't live in the mountains. We don't live in the jungle. So you can't just sit there and meditate and or pray your fucking troubles away. If you live life and you're here and you got to do shit like work, run a business, look after your kids, okay, whatever, right? You got to live a life, then you better get moving. You can't sit there and pray or meditate your problems away. Okay? The worst thing you can do is sit with your thoughts and your feelings if you're depressed. Absolute worst thing you can do. Now, when you get moving, so this is why I said one of the 6 M's is meditation, but only meditate after you've been moving. Because once you've been moving, your chi will be flowing, your energy will be flowing, your mind will be much more empty, just purely from moving, because the chi flow will clear your mind. So just going for a walk will clear your mind. Then you can meditate. But don't ever try to just meditate if you're depressed. You have to get moving. Movement is medicine first, okay? The other correction is mind corrections, right? So body corrections, mind corrections. So body, you got to get it moving, but you got to eat well, nutrients, okay? Fasting is very important as well. I teach all of this stuff in my energy mastery course on my website, themindofmatter.com. and the Superhuman Activation course. So I teach this on my online courses. Okay, and as I said, my classes starting in April, I'll be teaching all of this stuff. I'll be teaching the nutrition, you know, there's the walking in meditation, connecting with nature. These are all important. So connect with nature because you'll find your true nature. So these are the ways you get out of depression. But you got to get your energy out of your head. Okay, consciousness, because what's happened in this day and age, people have become overthinkers. They're trying to figure everything out with their mind. And that's the problem. You can't fix your mind with your mind, because that's where the problem is. Not if you keep the energy there. Okay, so what you got to use is consciousness, conscious attention. Shift your conscious attention, because you can shift your conscious attention away from head consciousness to heart consciousness and belly consciousness. Okay, body consciousness. So you want to get out of head consciousness and more into body consciousness. This is why I do moving meditation, because when I'm doing that, my focus is on the chi energy that I'm feeling in my hands. So the chi energy, you can feel it. Negative charge, positive charge. Okay, the polarities. Okay, the yin and the yang. Yin, yang. Divine feminine, divine masculine. We can feel these energy and we can move these energies. So when you focus on doing qigong moving meditation, like I teach, okay, you're feeling the vital life force energy in your hands. So your consciousness is no longer here in your head. Your consciousness is here because your consciousness has shifted to where the energy is. So all qigong is about, it's so important, is getting your consciousness out of here. So it can get into your heart consciousness. That's where your love comes from. That's where your joy comes from. So you can express joy. You can express love. But you got to get your consciousness from out of here into here. So you got to live from the heart. You got to live from the heart, not the head. So this is where the yi and qi needs to come together. Right? Your vital life force energy is flowing through the meridians all over your body, right? Not your veins, okay? But your veins follow the chi flow of the meridians. So your blood flow. So as your chi gets flowing, your blood gets flowing. So blood circulation is so important. If your blood is not circulating through your veins, your chi isn't flowing, okay? But your chi, when that gets flowing, your blood is circulating better. So blood circulation. So this is good for inflammation. It's good for your emotions. It's good for your mind. Good for blood pressure, right? This is why high blood pressure happens. Because of the lack of chi flow and the lack of blood flow. So these three energy centers are key to understand. The upper dantian, the middle dantian, the lower dantian. But all your emotions are here. All your thoughts and ideas and your imagination is up here. But remember, depression starts with the mind. It turns into this horrible, dense feeling that you just can't shake. But you can shake it. You can shake it, but you can't sit with it. You have to move. Movement is your medicine. Okay? Music is medicine too. Rhythm and vibration, right? Depression will have you vibrating at a very low level. Okay? Most negative emotions. Okay? Apart from anger, okay? Anger actually makes you vibrate higher, but you need to harness anger. Because that's why you feel that fire. That's a fire, yang energy. Right? So fire energy, yang energy, needs to be transmuted. So whenever somebody triggers you, pisses you off, don't let it out to that person. Hold it, harness it, because that energy is really powerful. The same energy that creates anger, if you don't throw it out there and waste it, that energy can become motivation. That can become your fire in your belly, the fire in your heart to get shit done. So I do that all the time. Okay? Use your anger in the right way. I'm a martial artist. I have been, right, since I was 7 years old. So you have to learn to use your anger in a good way. Anger and frustration can be transmuted into a positive energy. Okay? It can become your motivation. It can become your inspiration if you use it right. And it's a very powerful energy. So don't waste that by shouting at someone or screaming at someone or something like that. Hold it in. harness it, feel it, because it will be here, and you've got to move that energy from here down into your lower dantian. Okay, this is the very, very critical Qigong exercise that I teach, how to harness this area and then bring this energy here, because this is the storehouse. This is where your life force sits, your vital life force, in your belly. People say things all the time which give you clues into this, like people say, follow your heart, or I feel it in my gut, I've got a gut feeling. Because people do feel it in their gut, they do. It's more important to think with your gut and your heart than it is your head. But what's happened in this day and age, we have dysfunctional human beings which are overthinkers because their consciousness is got stuck here. But they've trained you to be like that. The schools have trained you, the universities, everyone's trained you to use your mind, to figure everything out by thinking. But it doesn't work when you've got to overcome your emotions. This is when you have to shift to energy. Energy work. Okay? Get your chi flowing. Chi flowing. Your chi will be flowing, okay, simply by like going for a walk, as I said, or standing up, okay, versus sitting down. If you're laying down all the time, sitting down all the time, you're asking for depression. Because you're not made to do that. Human beings are made to move. In the old days, okay, people couldn't just walk to the kitchen to get a glass of water. They had to walk like a few miles to just get some water. So they had to walk every day. That's why they never had depression like we do today. People are just too sedentary. They don't move enough. So this is why my meditations are dynamic meditations, right? I do relaxing, sitting down, laying down meditation, I do. But I couldn't do that when I was depressed. The worst place for me to be was in my mind. So you got to quieten that down first. Get moving, get walking, then meditate. This is why I do yin-yang stuff, right? Yin-yang. Yin is relaxing, letting go, being at peace. Yang is expressive, energetic. Do something yang first. Expressive, energetic. Okay? Doesn't have to be really intense. Just go for a walk. Something like that. Okay? Go for a run if you like running. But as I said, running is going to be more overexertion. So you're more likely to... You'll feel better though. If you're depressed, go for a run, man. Go for a run or walk. Okay? But if you don't like running, walking is fine. Go for a workout. It's much better for you. Okay? So these are like the first few things. But as I said, those 6 M's, get up early, morning. No matter how hard it is, once you start getting into the habit of waking up early, why is it getting so hot in here? Hold on. It's not on. Okay, I thought the heating was on. Okay, once you get into the habit of waking up earlier, okay, as I said, when people are depressed, they don't want to move, they don't want to get up. And they're just going to stay depressed if that's the case, okay? So you sometimes might need someone to help you, okay? You might need your partner, say, look, just get my fucking lazy ass up early and make sure I go for that walk. Okay, this is what I tell people to do. You need accountability. Like when you're depressed, you can't be accountable to yourself. You need help. You need someone to help you. Now, some people do pull themselves out of it. Okay, I was strong enough to pull myself out of it. But, you know, I always had the tools. But when you're depressed, you can forget to use the tools you already have. Because your mind can consume you. Your feelings can consume you. Okay? So this is why it's so important to understand consciousness. Yi. Yi is consciousness. Consciousness, connect that with the life force energy and focus all your consciousness on getting life force energy moving. Life force energy won't move through your meridians if you're too sedentary. Just as I said, just getting moving helps. Okay? Food and drink can assist as well. Okay? So what you eat, what you drink, drinking lots of water can assist. But first, get that movement going. Okay, so the body correction and then the breathing corrections as well. Okay, so I always, you know, the three things Qigong works with is correcting the body, the breath, and then the mind. The mind corrects itself when you work on the body and the breath. In neuro-linguistic programming, as most of you guys know, I'm also a neuro-linguistic programming master practitioner. In neuro-linguistic programming, we learn 55% of the state of mind of a human being is down to their physiology. Only 45% is your language, so your inner dialogue, your thoughts basically, and the words you're using. So 38% the language, 7% is the words, okay? 38% language, because the words alone, then they do hold power, but they're not as powerful when they're out of context. So the language provides context. So the language is 45%. So that's the language you use to converse with yourself, but also converse with others. So what are you expressing out there? What are you saying out loud? What are you saying in here? That's the language. That's the 45%. So that affects 45% of your state of mind. But 55% is physiology. If you focus on the 55%, that 45% will start fixing itself. This is why I always say you don't really need to focus on what's going on in your mind. That will sort itself out if you focus on the body corrections, the breath corrections. Your mind will become more still, because your mind only becomes dysfunctional to the extent where it goes past, future, past, future, past, future. All the fear is in the future. And, you know, some experiences from the past will have reinforced that fear. But your fear is down to your imagination. All paranoia and all fear is related to a future outcome. So you're thinking about the future. You're not present. In the moment right now, you can feel joy. You can feel great right now if you forget about the past and the future and be fully present. Put some music on, have a dance. Put some music on and have a dance and be fully present in that dance. You know, in Qigong, okay, Qigong is very, very old. I mean, they say it's, you know, it's over like 10,000 years. 10,000 years ago, people were practicing Qigong, right? There's documented even 3000 BC, okay? So Qigong, in the Western world, it's seen as this thing where it's like really like old, boring, you know, these ancient Chinese men and Oriental people doing these things, these slow, boring kind of movements, and they've all got these weird names and things. That's why I change it. That's why I've got KAMOTiON QiGong. We do it to music. Okay, it's a whole lifestyle. Okay, do it to hip hop, drum and bass, dance music, whatever you like, because really you can, because it's life force energy. You can do it to anything. It's movement. You can do it to anything. Okay, in ancient times, dancing is a form of Qigong as well. So people don't realize how far Qigong goes. Qigong is, Qi means life force energy. Gong means to practice working with life force energy. Developing the skill or the mastery of life force energy. That's what Qigong means. So if you focus all your efforts on mastering energy, because everything is energy, everybody says it. Everybody says it. Everything is energy, but people don't really live that truth, do they? And you can. If you actually live that truth, that everything is energy, you'll feel the benefits. Now, the KAMOTiON QiGong system utilizes all the 7 Hermetic principles. Firstly, all is mind, mentalism, because we have to use Yi consciousness for everything. As above, so below. Okay, correspondence. Vibration. Everything is vibration. The polarities, rhythm, cause and effect, and the genders. So the KAMOTiON QiGong system uses all of that and the 5 elements. Okay, I've said it before. Yin is this side. Okay, the left side. This is the water chi. Water chi is relaxing. It's flowing. Okay, it's like water. Okay. Yang, so yang and fire chi is on this side. So this is the yin and the water chi. Yin, divine feminine. This is water chi, energy. Okay, so these are the 5 elements. Water chi here. So in the KAMOTiON QiGong system, there's basically a cross like this. Okay. And the earth is below you, so you have to ground, okay? So the electromagnetic energy comes from the earth, and we ground with that. Air is the neutralizer. Water, chi, is on this side, the yin, okay, divine feminine energy. Yang is the fire energy. That's the masculine, divine masculine energy. And that would be energetic, productive, the doing. This is the not doing, this is the doing. So the left is the not doing, the right is the doing. So the Taoist way, because I'm a Taoist, the Taoist way is do nothing. That's the yin. Okay, that's exercising the water chi. Okay, the do everything is the fire chi, the yang. So that's the productive. So when we go into deep meditation, we're doing the do nothing. We're going into water chi energy, the yin energy, the womb. Okay, that's why it's divine feminine. It's a womb. Okay, a male sexual organ is expressive, right? Expresses the seed of life. So that's the divine masculine. Okay, now this applies to all men and women. It applies to every living thing. Okay, and then above us is spirit. So we're connecting with spirit. That's Shen in Qigong. Shen is spirit. Air is the neutralizer. So what will happen to a dysfunctional mind, okay, and someone that's becoming imbalanced with their feelings? They will automatically be going from yin to yang, okay, past the future too, okay, so the mind. But the feelings will be going yin, yang. So yin, yang could be like, okay, I'm relaxed, okay, now I'm angry. Okay, it could be, I'm at peace, okay, I'm productive, I'm energized. So there's negative and positive on both sides. But we have to understand, which one am I in? Which one am I in right now? Am I in yin? Am I practicing water chi, or am I practicing fire chi? Because you're going to be doing one or the other, either with your thinking or your feeling. Now, air is the neutralizer. That sits in the middle. Air. So these are the 5 elements of the magic, right? Magic, ceremonial magic. And from the Wicca, okay? So this is what the witches and wizards are all into, right? The 5-pointed pentacle, right? So this is magic. So I bring magic into the KAMOTiON QiGong system. I bring the 7 Hermetic principles. I bring, so it's not just Qigong. Well, it is Qigong, because Qigong is so vast, okay? It's so broad. So you can bring a lot of things into Qigong, because Qigong just means to work and master life force energy. That's what it means. How you do that, it's not defined. That's why there's so many different forms of Qigong. So many of them are boring, okay? They're not exciting to do. I've done so many. That's why I changed it around, because there's no reason why it needs to be boring, okay? I actually used to do Qigong to no music, and one day I had music on. I started doing Qigong to music, and I thought, wait a minute. I feel the Qi in the music, because music is energy too. That's why you feel music. You feel it in your soul. So I connected music to the whole practice too, because there's Qi energy in music. That's why when you listen to something relaxing, it changes your state of mind. You become relaxed. If you listen to something sad, it makes you feel those emotions. If you listen to something joyful and energetic, it makes you feel joyful and energized. So it's actually changing your state of mind and the way you are being just by simply listening to it. So that is a much more powerful way to heal than to listen to your own thoughts if you don't like what you're listening to. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. So I just answered that. How do you overcome depression? I speak about it all the time. It's actually why I started the Mind of Matter. Like, my brother didn't have the help. Okay, I got out of depression. I overcome it. I wasn't able to help my brother. It was too late. He drank himself to death within a month. Every day drinking, he died. So I wasn't able to save him. So it took me a while to heal from the pain and the suffering of losing my brother, because he was my best friend. We did everything together. He was 3 years older than me. But I wasn't able to save him, but I know how I saved myself. So I made it my lifelong passion until the day I die to help people out of depression. That's why the Mind of Matter started. So that's why I do it. So if you look on the Facebook page for the Mind of Matter, where I've got over 101,000 followers, I set up a private group. Recovery from depression and addictions. Because of that, I set up a private group, and I used to do classes there as well. I used to do them for free. I used to do classes, just anyone with depression, anyone suffering with addictions, I was helping them. Because I didn't want people to experience what I went through, like losing my brother, losing a loved one to something like that. Okay? Now, I didn't just lose my brother. A year later, I lost another friend. A year later, I lost another friend to drug addiction and alcohol. So, and they were all in their 40s. My brother was only 43 years old. One of my friends was only 32 years old. I've got an uncle right now who's suffering from depression, okay? And he's been drinking, he's got liver cirrhosis right now. I know too many people that have died from this fucking poison and harmed themselves because of alcohol. You know why it's on every fucking street corner? Everyone can buy it because they want you to fucking kill yourselves. Just look at the high streets. What's there? An off license. Somewhere where you can buy alcohol, somewhere where you can buy cigarettes freely. Anyone can buy them. Even the kids, because they want you to fucking kill yourselves. No one sees it. It's everywhere. Next to the off license where they sell the alcohol, they will have a gambling shop. And next to that, you'll lose your money, they'll have a pawn shop. So you won't have any money to gamble. You'll spend it all on your drugs and your cigarettes and your alcohol. And then you will have to sell your things. So they have a pawn shop there for you to give your things to get more money to buy more drugs and alcohol. It's all set up like this. It's a fucking horrible system. And people just don't see it. It's crazy. So that's why I do what I do here, man. I share freely because it saves lives. You know? Alright, thank you very much for joining in, everyone. Indeed, get up and get moving, yes. So, yeah, so just to recap, you know, the 6 M's. Morning. Motivation. Listen to something motivational, inspirational. That's why I'm motivational, inspirational. Right? You can't be like fucking just yin all the time, like relaxed. You need energy in this life. You need power. It's love and power, not just love and just being kind. Yes, you need that, but you need power. You need some presence. You need energy for that. You need to get shit done. Okay? So in this life, we're here to live it. We're not here just to mull along and get by. We are here as co-creators because God is a creator. He created this playground for us to enjoy. And people tend to forget that. This is meant to be a joyful experience, life. Okay? Depression. Now, people don't necessarily need to have reasons to be depressed. Okay? When I was going through depression, I was successful. My business was fine. I was making lots of money. Right? I have no reason to be fucking depressed. This is why my brother, he had a job. He was making like £10,000 a month. He had money, right? He was married. Okay. One thing I know that used to eat him up was losing our father. When I was 7 years old, my father was only 32 when he died from ALS, motor neuron disease, which he got when he was 26. So I was 7 years old. My brother was 10 years old. So it hit him harder because he was older and he really remembered it. Okay. So, you know, we was into snooker back then. Okay. Watching snooker, right? You know, the stick and the balls, right? Snooker games. And my brother knew my dad was in hospital, unwell, and he said to him, okay, I've recorded this Jimmy White, Steve Higgins match, and I put it on VHS because we used to have VHS players back then. And he said to my dad, he saw my dad in hospital, he said, I'm waiting for you so we can watch it together. And my dad never came. And my brother used to always basically talk about that. So my brother was hit hard by the trauma of us losing our father at a young age. I was hit, but he was hit harder, to the point where he never healed from it. So even 33 years later, he still hadn't healed from that. Okay, there was another death in our family that really hit him hard, because it was my next door neighbor, which was my uncle. But he was really close with him. Now, he committed suicide. He hanged himself in the woods. At the top of our road. At the top of my road where I lived, he hanged himself. Right? So my brother was hit by that. I was hit by it as well. But my brother was really, really hit by this stuff. Okay? So my brother, you wouldn't ever know he was depressed. I put a video up, right? A reel. If anybody hasn't seen it, I'll put a reel up. Because it was his birthday on Sunday. On the 19th of March. He would have been 47 years old. Right? And he had the biggest smile. He was much bigger than me. He had a massive smile. Always looked like he's having fun. Always full of joy. No one would ever have known he was depressed. I knew he was depressed because he was like my best friend. He used to speak to me all the time. Okay? But I didn't know how much alcohol he was drinking, because he wasn't an alcoholic. No one knew he was an alcoholic. He was drinking indoors. In 1 month, he just drank every day. Within 1 month, he died. That's all it takes. Just 1 month of drinking every day to kill yourself with that poison. So that will fuck, even if you do it in moderation, it will still fuck up your chi energy flow. That's why you feel sick. Anybody ever had a hangover before? I've had them. You feel like you're fucking dying, because you are. You're killing yourself. That's why your body's yakking up all this shit all the time when you got a hangover, because your body has been poisoned. People don't even look at the simple stuff. Okay, my body is puking like I've got fucking food poison, but people don't say, "Oh, I've been poisoned." They just go, "No, I've got a hangover." No, you've been fucking poisoned, because it's a poison. It kills people. I know that firsthand. I used to drink alcohol. I stopped. After my brother died from alcohol, I stopped. I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped all that nonsense. Because I asked myself, look, I know it's killing me. Do I want to kill myself? I've got 2 kids and a wife. Do I want my kids to experience what I experienced with my dad, with their dad dying at such a young age? No, I want to live for as long as I can, possibly. I don't know when I'm going to die, but I should at least be doing what I can to live longer for them, even if it's not for myself. Because that's who it hurts the most. People don't think about it when they're doing it to themselves. They're drinking all day long, doing drugs all the time. They don't think about it because it's selfish. The people you hurt is not, you are hurting yourself, but you are hurting the people that love you the most. More than anything else. When I used to do, me and my wife don't argue. Ever. The only time we used to argue was when I drank alcohol and I took cocaine. When I used to take drugs and drink alcohol. It's the only time we used to argue. Soon as I stopped drinking alcohol, we never argued again since. We don't even have disagreements. So it impacts everything. But your chi energy flow is so important. Right? So I've often said it before, right? If you can do depression and negativity bad, you can do positivity really well. Because you've proven to yourself that you can do something really well. Even if it's something bad, if you can do it well, that means you're good at doing things. So you can actually, like addiction is not the problem. It's what you are addicted to. That's the problem. I swapped my addictions. I'm still an addict. I'm addicted to breath work. I'm addicted to qigong. I'm addicted to going for a walk in nature. I'm addicted to loving people. I'm addicted to helping people. I'm still an addict. I'm just not addicted to poison anymore. Addiction isn't the problem. It's what you're addicted to. Right? Okay, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. My man's brother committed suicide a week ago at 39 years old. Depression is a real thing. Yes, I've been there. When you are depressed and you're suicidal, you're stuck in your mind. It's the worst place you can do it. And I knew meditation. But this is when I realized meditation doesn't work for depression. Because I've been meditating since I was 14 years old. In Kung Fu, I knew how to meditate. I knew. But what I was doing, personally, when I was depressed, I was trying to do what everybody else does. Drink alcohol, do some more cocaine, smoke a joint. Just hiding it. When I stopped doing that shit, and I started doing other stuff, right? Meditation, but the other stuff, the 6 M's too. Those 6 M's are so powerful. Mx6 strategy, I created this. This is what I teach, right? The people that are depressed and overcoming addictions. I tell them these 6 M's. Get up early. Doesn't matter how hard it is. Get up early. Okay? Don't lay in bed. Because the longer you stay in bed, the longer you press that snooze button, the more that depression is going to compound. I guarantee it. I've been there. I know exactly what happens. My brother, when he was going through depression, he was sleeping all the time. The number one symptom of depression is laziness and sleeping too much. So the first thing you need to fix is get up early. Sleep less and wake up. So it sounds so simple, but it is fucking so important. I got a book called Miracle Morning. If anybody hasn't read it, I recommend it. If you're not a morning person, read this book, Miracle Morning. It's actually where I got the Mx6 strategy idea from in a sense, because it's actually got something called Savers, which is S-A-V-E-R-S. So it says get up early and do the Savers, okay? Savers is silence, then affirmation, then visualization, then exercise, then reading, then scribing, journaling. Journaling is important as well. Like, don't keep your thoughts up here, write them down. Don't keep your feelings in here. Write them down. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Write it down, because as soon as you get it on that piece of paper, it's out of here and out of here on that paper. When you keep it in here, it's just, and you can't make sense of it. As soon as you write down what you're thinking, what you're feeling. This is how when I got out of depression, I got my journal. First thing in the morning, I wrote down, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? And then I walked. With those thoughts and those feelings written down, I walked. In nature, I just walked. I called it a dynamic meditation. I went in nature and I just looked, and this is why I teach this now, because it's so powerful. I just looked at nature. I said, okay, it might not be beautiful in here right now, but it's definitely beautiful out there. So I saw the beauty out there in nature, and it reflected inwards, because everything is a mirror. So if I can see beauty out there, it reflects inwards, and it makes my mind beautiful. Nature is always beautiful. So you only got to look at it. That's why I call it a dynamic meditation. I teach this in my courses. I teach my clients this. Just walk. And people just forget these simple things. Get up early. Have a walk in nature. Just look at nature. Go for a walk. Simple things. These are the cures for depression, not antidepressants. I've taken antidepressants. Don't fucking work. Doctors would just keep upping the dose. They don't work. Right? So Mx6, morning. Motivation, get inspired. I listen to motivational speeches, right? When I was going through depression and I'm coming out of depression, I just put my Spotify on. I listen to these motivational tracks like Fearless Motivation and things like that. And just listen to that, not meditation. You need motivation when you're depressed. You need inspiration. You need some energy when you're depressed. Get walking, listen to something motivational. So I would go for a walk and actually listen to something motivational whilst I'm walking. So I listen to the motivational speeches, inspirational speeches, right? And as I said, so morning, motivation, movement. So walking, I'm hitting all three first thing in the morning right there, right? Then music, okay? Then meditation. You can do dynamic meditation for the meditation. So if you're going for a walk in nature, you can do that there too. Mindset. Just make sure you're developing yourself. Like, just read a couple of pages from a book. Because when you feel like you're growing or you're learning something, you will feel better about yourself. Just simply by learning something. Seriously. So those are the Mx6, those are the 6 M's. Hey, Soul Brother P, what's happening, brother? Thank you very much for joining in, man. Much love. Preach, yeah, keep up the good work. Thank you, man. As always, as always. So, I share my stories about my brother, my father, because these are the things that people really struggle with. Losing loved ones, addictions, depression. These are the things that really hurt people the most. How to know your chi level. You don't have a level to chi. There's no level. There's no amount of chi. It's infinite. So you can feel your chi. Okay. So a simple way to know your chi is ask yourself, how do you feel? If you feel shit, your chi's not flowing, basically. If you feel good, your chi's flowing. Your body should be tingling all over. Okay, you should be feeling like your cells are vibrating all over. So when I do my breath work, and any of you guys that have done my breath work, you will know it make you tingle all over because your chi gets flowing. That's why. So the tingles, you'll get the tingles. You're going to feel tingling because your cells will be vibrating at a higher level. So that's you don't need to count your chi. You can't count your chi. So you don't need to know your chi level. You just need to know, is it flowing or is it not? Is it flowing? If it's not, if you're feeling shit and you're feeling depressed, your chi's not flowing. This is why I say get it flowing. You can get it flowing just simply by walking or running or going for a workout. These are like, this is why, like, if you haven't got time for a workout, like my qigong, just through one song in 2 or 3 minutes, I will get my chi flowing with one qigong exercise. Okay. With a 1 minute breathwork exercise, like the Kambo breathwork framework, I will get my chi flowing. So you can get your chi flowing very quickly. So it's not about what is your chi level. It's about, is my chi flowing or is it not? That's the only question you've got to ask yourself. Thanks, Mohammed. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. So today the chat was about yi and consciousness. I've spoke for quite a while. Sorry I couldn't get through all the comments. Movement is the best medicine, absolutely. Mohammed, yeah, I mean, join the free classes. You'll get 1 week for free. Even if it's only £47 a month. That's why I've made it cheap, because I want people to, it's obviously my time. I'm doing 2 1-hour sessions a week. Plus there's a private community. There's challenges on there. I'm basically challenging people. So I'm going to say, okay, today I want you to go for a walk. Okay, today I just want you to do this exercise for a week. Okay, so basically you'll have exactly what to do every week, plus the classes, plus the social media platform. So the whole community is learning from each other. So you can actually do the challenge and say, okay, well, I'll do a video whilst I'm doing the challenge. So I would urge people, I would say, look, do a video when you do the challenge, post it up, or take a picture, post it up, share your experience with the rest of the community. So it's a private online community. The KAMOTiON QiGong Mastery Commune. That's what it's called. The link is in the bio. Get on the guest list. I'll be sending the information out next week, and just come and check it out. Do some free classes at least. Why not? Can you share any breathwork for exercising for depression? The best one is the one that I do for depression. You need energy. Okay, so you don't want to be do relaxing breathwork meditation for depression. You want an energizing one, something that motivates you and makes you feel good. So I've actually got a free breathwork course on the mindofmatter.com. This is Mitalia Brol, right? Mitalia Brol. On the mindofmatter.com, there's a free Kamo breathwork course for energy. It's 8 modules. It's completely free. Do that. It's the 4 steps to the framework. Okay. Firstly, you focus on exhaling out 10 times fully. Then you focus on inhaling in 10 times fully. Then you hold your breath for about 20 to 30 seconds. Just 20 seconds to start is okay. And then the rhythmic breathing. So it's 4 steps to the framework. But if you just give you an example of the full exhalation out, is similar to what I showed earlier. So we only focus on the full exhalation out. The inhale happens automatically, and we push the energy down the central Sushumna channel. And the inhalation in, that's the bit that gets you energized. So that releases any negativity, releases any emotions and thoughts that you've got that are unwanted. So all the energy. So the energy will include the thoughts and the emotions. And then you bring in the positive energy. And then we bring up the Sushumna channel. Okay. And then hold the breath for like 20 seconds. You'll feel a bit of pressure on the back of the head because your pineal gland gets activated. Hold your breath for about 20 seconds. That actually expands your rib cage so that when you're unconsciously breathing, you'll be able to take more oxygen in. So the compounding effect of the breath retention is that your lungs expand and your rib cage expands. So you can actually breathe more chi in unconsciously as you go about your day. So the breath work that I teach only takes 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, and the rhythmic breathing at the end. So that's in and out, like the rhythm of the ocean. You'll notice I'm using my hands all the time because your chi, your yi consciousness needs to connect with the chi. And your yi connects with the chi much easier if you move your hands. If you just bring your attention to the breath, it's much harder. If you bring your attention to the breath and the hands, it's much easier. This is why my methods are so powerful, because they use movement too, not just, they're dynamic meditations. Yes, we do relaxing meditations, okay? But for relaxing meditation, it's not rocket science. You just listen to some Tibetan bowls, meditation music, put some headphones on, and just relax, let go. There's no real technique to it. Just breathe normally, like in and out of your nostrils, okay? But for breath work, conscious breath work, it only takes 1 to 2 minutes to do a breath work. I mean, just to break your state, like to reduce anxiety, you can just do full exhalations out. You do that just 5 to 10 times, you'll instantly reduce your anxiety. Instantly. Okay? So you're better off for anxiety focusing on the full exhalation full exhalation out than the full inhalation in. And then when you've done the full exhalation out, then do the full inhalation in just to get energized. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining in. I think there's quite a few comments there I didn't get to, so sorry about that. But yeah, the mindofmatter.com, just go there. That breathwork that I've just done there is better standing up. So you're better off standing up. A lot of Qigong exercises are standing up. We do sitting down exercises. But most of the exercises, I mean, I've just done it now. It's still okay. It's still getting the chi flowing. But the chi flows better when you stand up. Okay? There are Qigong postures, but just stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Facing forward, slightly out is okay. Just natural. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your shoulders back, not forward, not back and down. Okay? Not like this, not like this. Always back and down. Okay? That's the standard Qigong posture. Okay? Now, as I said, you're better off learning Qigong. Come to the classes. It's free. Okay? For a week. Just check it out. Get on the guest list. The link is in the bio. And hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. But there's so many things, and they're not complicated. So many simple things we can do to overcome negative states of mind. So many simple things. It's not rocket science. I always say keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Keep it simple and stupid. That way anyone can do it. The last thing a depressed person needs is something complicated to do. It's hard enough to get up out of bed. It's hard enough to want to move. So the last thing I want to do to help someone in depression is give them something complicated. They need something simple and quick and easy to do. That's why all my techniques are simple, quick and easy. Because that's the way it should be. Bro, I'm gonna make you a Muslim. I don't belong to any religion, my friend. I believe in God, and God doesn't have a name. So Allah, Waheguru, all fine with me. Christ, all fine with me. I don't belong to any religion. The only religion I belong to is love. It's the only religion. So you can't convert me, sorry. I'm born a Sikh, and I love Sikhism. I love Muslims. I love Christians. I love Hindus. I love everyone. But you don't need to convert anyone, my friend. This whole idea of conversion is fucking wrong. You don't need to convert anyone. Alright guys, thank you very much. Take care.